So in this video, we're going to talk about concatenation and repetition. So we can put two strings together into a longer string. And concatenation is the word that glues two strings together. To concatenate or combine two strings, you could use the plus operator. Repetition builds up a string by multiple concatenation of a string with itself. And to repeat a string, you can use the asterisk or the multiplication operator with an integer value. And finally, the str function can construct a string from a wide variety of data types, including strings, integer literals, and float literals. And then again, so whatever you pass into the str function will be returned as a string literal. So let's see some examples. So first, I have an word hello assigned to a variable a. Then I have b is set to world, and I can concatenate a and b by a plus b. The return will be hello world as a new string. You can also concatenate more strings, such as in this case, I have a plus another string, which is a space, followed by another string that is b. At this time, you'll have hello space world. And to repeat, you can have a string here ABC times 3, which means that we will repeat 3 ABCs together. And finally, the str function, let's say we pass in an integer, we will get a string back. If we pass a float, we will also get a string back. You can pass a string and you can get the same string back. So let's see these examples in the editor. So let's see some examples of concatenation in Python shell. So first, I'm going to create a string s1. I'm gonna assign golden, and another one s2. This will be state. All right, let's concatenate those two together. S1 plus S2, and you'll have golden state. Right? You can put any string. Let's say ABC in that matter plus DEF. So they don't have to be variables. They can just be strings created right in the same line, and you'll have ABCDEF. Right, so back to our first one, we can let's do add one more. You can add more strings and say HI. Okay, we're missing G. Let's say GHI. Here we go. ABCDEFHIGHI. So what else we can do? We can say S1, which was golden, and we can say times 4, and it will basically repeat S1 4 times, and it will make it a larger string. So repetition is less common, however the concatenation is a lot more common. So let's see one more thing. I'm going to combine or concatenate ABC with 1, 2, 3. So do you think this is going to work? Can I concatenate a string with an integer? Let's see what happens. So we get an error that says type error. You must be str, not int. So when we start with string, so here the plus operation really has two meanings. One, it's the mathematical plus, say 2 times 4. That's the plus operator. And concatenation, that's adding two strings together. So which one is which? When you have ABC plus 1, 2, 3, now Python is confused to whether to do a concatenation or an addition. So either way, we could have some problems. So in that case, I can use, say if I really want to merge them together, I have two options. I can say ABC plus 1, 2, 3. So if I want to concatenate, they both must be strings. So say if I have a variable x that is 1, 2, 3. Now in that case, I can't do, if I do x, it will give an error. If I do x in quotations, which is not the variable x anymore. Now, so one way or the other, I need to be able to concatenate ABC with the value of x, which is 1 to 3. In that case, what we can do is we can say str and x. So we can pass the x into the str function, get a string as a return, and then we can do a concatenation. Let's see how will that work. Here we go, ABC 1, 2, 3. So you can also do it just in this way. No, because I meant to say str, and this will work as well. There you go. So far we learned how to print things in, say, I can say I am and space, say 39 comma years old. Okay, so this will work fine, but what if I want to combine them or concatenate them and then pass it as a single string into the print function so you can control the spaces? So what if I don't want to have space after AM and 39? In that case it's fine, but in some other examples you may want to keep it together. This is, you can't do it with this. However, if I say if I concatenate them, this case is going to give an error because you can't concatenate a string with an integer. So that's an error. But what I can do is I can put the 39 into str function, get a string back, and then I can concatenate. So here we go. I am 39 years old, and if I want to leave spaces in the sentence, I can always put it into the quotation. Now I'm able to control the spaces, whether I want to have space or not. All right, so this is how you could use the this is how you can concatenate, repeat, also use the str function. So a few more examples to str. If I want to say 39 here, it will return 39 as string. And if I say str 3.14, it will return it as a string. So to test this, I can say use the type function and then call str and put a value. Whatever value you put in here into str, it will return as string, and passing a string to the type function will return it as string. Alright, so this was a quick introduction to the str function and concatenation. So another thing I can show you with the string concatenation is how to build a string from another string. So let's do an example. So I'm going to create a string variable called letters, and I'll have A and B. So we learn how to index any character from here. Let's say we can do letters 0, we can do letters 1, or we could do both with this, but we have no way of changing this. We say if I want to add another letter C into this, I will not be able to. However, there is a way with the concatenation. So you already probably know how we could do this. A, B plus C. Now it is A, B, and C, right? So how can I add C to the letters? The simple way to do is letters plus C, right? Here we go. So how can I take this and then assign it back to letters is we can say letters is set to letters plus C. Now if you call letters, you'll see that it is A, B, and C. So we didn't actually add C to it. We actually constructed a new string with A, B, and C and assign it back to letters, just like we would do with any the count variable. So if I have an I that is set to 3, and I can say I is set to I plus 2, and then I is now 5. Just the same principle. So you can concatenate and then build new strings from a current string and assign it back to the same one. So if I have a say message, we can also build an empty string. Here we go. And then there's nothing in it. However, if I want to add a letter to it, let's say I can say message is message plus A. Here we go. And now message is A, or you can there's a shorter way to do this. We can say msg plus equal to, and then add whichever value. Let's say we want to say C and E. Here we go. Is A, C, and E. You might say, hey, you forgot B. Is there any way we can add B? We can try. So how can I add C, B in between? We already learned that we can't do this, but if we slice this to two pieces, this part, and then add a B in between, we could certainly do that, right? Let's see. So we're gonna slice this with all the way to, not here, from beginning to 1. So I'll take the first one, and we can say plus, throw a B in between, and I can say MSG, and I'm gonna say 1 and on, right? So not the 0, but 1 and 2. I can say 1, oops, again, wrong place, 1 to the end. So in this case, I will be able to add a B in between, A, B, C, and E. Okay, so now you can try to add a D in between if you want to try. And yeah, this is how you can build a string from another string.